how's it going? So today on Big House Sport, the group stage for the Rugby League World Cup 2017 is finito. And of course we're going to be doing a bit of a wrap up because there's been some pretty questionable, pretty interesting things that have been going on in this League World Cup that I've never seen across any professional sport worldwide, especially in the Rugby League World Cup. I'm telling you what, there are some bloody questionable things. Anyway, let's just get straight into it. Let's start off with Australia because we all know what's really going to be said about Australia. They're top of Group A, 94 plus points differential and undefeated, obviously. They beat England, they beat France and Lebanon. If I'm completely honest with you, yes, they're going to win the World Cup. I'm not even going to it's not even really a debate at the moment. The only team that can really do anything is Tonga. But there's just something about Australia in the World Cup so far that it was just very underwhelming. I just felt very underwhelmed by watching them. There just seems to be something missing. Like, I think that Australia will win this World Cup. It's funny because I actually said this about Fiji in the sevens. I said, look, in the group stage, it was something kind of missing, and then not winning the Oceania Rugby Sevens. I haven't seen that. I'll go and check that out. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I just think that Australia really needs to pick it up and take it to another level for this finals because I don't know. It's just been very underwhelming so far. Well, I did tell you so. I did tell you so. USA were not going to be doing anything in this tournament because they're USA and they just don't really care about rugby league. But I didn't say they will eventually get better, just not just yet. Minus 156 points differential. They got absolutely smashed in every single game they played. When I was talking about absurd, when I was talking about ridiculous, when I was talking about interesting, I'm talking about Samoa and how they qualified for the finals. So the way the Rugby League World Cup works is Group A has 4 teams and 3 teams progress. Group B has 4 teams and 3 teams progress. Group C has 3 teams and 1 team progresses. And Group D has 3 teams and 1 team progresses. Now Samoa happened to be in Group B, where 4 teams are in it and 3 teams progress. Now Samoa didn't win a game. They didn't win one game. Not one game did Samoa win. They finished the group stage with 0 wins and they made the finals. They're not going to do anything in the finals. Trust me, they are not going to do anything in the finals. The fact of the matter is they've taken another team's place, and I'll speak about that team in a second because they would be feeling ripped the bloody hell off right now. You played with Scotland and you didn't even beat Scotland, Samoa. We all knew what was coming next. The luck of the Irish, or this time, as we found out, there was no luck of the Irish. But for different reasons than I said before. I didn't rate Ireland at all coming into this tournament. I didn't think they had a bloody chance of doing anything. And they came and won 2 games, but they didn't progress. They didn't progress because of what I just said about Samoa. Samoa won 0 games. Ireland won 2 out of 3, and Ireland missed out on the finals because they were in the same group as PNG. It blows my mind that Ireland missed out on the finals to a team that didn't win a game. Like, it's just a farce. What a surprise. What an absolute surprise. Robbie Farah and Lebanon are into the quarterfinals. They're not going to make it too far because they play Tonga in the quarterfinals over in New Zealand. Good luck to you, Robbie Farah, on that one. I do really like the way that they played this tournament. The thing is, though, is that I already previously said that I liked their spine, and their spine really did deliver. Funniest thing though, Robbie Farah, very interesting. So he got, obviously, he called out Jermaine McGilvery for biting, a biting allegation on his arm. It's just funny because, hey Farah, mate, you are the absolute grubbiest grub that has ever grubbed the game of NRL, mate. So it's just funny how you're complaining about someone being a grub when you're a grub. Yes, I said they have a young team. Yes, I said they wouldn't do too much. Yes, that was all pretty much correct. Their team was just way too young for this tournament. There was just no one a real note. They're all from the same team. No, it just was never going to happen from Theo Fugs. Yes, he's a great player, but he wasn't going to really be able to do too much, especially in a group of Lebanon, Australia, and England. I actually think that the French kind of exceeded my expectations, and I thought that their style of play was a little bit more openly free-flowing. They never really had the ball, though. That's the thing. When they had the ball, I didn't mind them. Obviously, their defense was what really let them down. The Fijian bunny have come to play. We all knew that Fiji was going to have an absolute stellar tournament, and they are here, and they are ready to rock and roll. But they do come up against New Zealand in the quarterfinals over in New Zealand, which is going to be very tough. It's going to be a cracking game. Really looking forward to that. Fiji have done really well, and unfortunately, because they have to go up against one of the better teams in the world. But, you know, Fiji are one of the better teams in the world too, so we see how we go. The big thing with Fiji is that they're definitely not short-handed on scoring points. They scored 72 points on Wales. They won like 72 32-6. They scored like 58 points in another game. They scored 30 or so points in another game. Like, it was just, they were just raining points. They only conceded like 28 as well across the 3 games. That's fantastic for Fiji going to the finals, and it's fantastic as well that Jared Hayne is actually doing something. He's really caring about this squad. I know he's had a lot of distractions with all this nonsense media coming out saying that he's going to Sydney and all this type of stuff. He's come out and like, there's been a lot of distractions for Jared Hayne, but he really has performed. He's been assisting, he's been scoring. He's been phenomenal for Fiji. So they need someone taking the reins, and he's doing so. The bravest team of them all, Scotland. Oh, the bravest team of them all. What an absolute tournament. What an absolute tournament. Not really. Look, Lukey Douglas, I absolutely love you, mate, and I was cheering for you. And look, you guys did really well. The Scottish really did well against Samoa, and they drew that game 14-14. If they had actually won that game and scored one more point, they would have been going to the finals and playing Australia instead of Samoa. I think it's pretty safe to say that the most exciting group was definitely Group B, like especially with Samoa and Tonga. They came together for those huckers. Like, phenomenal game, and that was just a fierce atmosphere. Absolutely loved it. New Zealand Tonga, and that was definitely the game of the round. But in regards to New Zealand and their performance so far, obviously they're progressing to the finals where they're playing Fiji, which is going to be an absolute cracking game. I don't know who to call. I really don't know who to call. It being New Zealand should win it, but I really do like this Fiji side. But let's not talk about Fiji, let's talk about New Zealand. I think that New Zealand have been pretty underwhelming as well, just like Australia.
That is a big call, Blaze. That is a big call considering they won by like 72 points over Scotland.
Yeah, mate, it was Scotland. Like, fair play to the Kiwis, fair play to the Kiwis. They smashed Scotland and, you know, they smashed Samoa. But when it came to another big team like Tonga, they failed. They lost. That made them finish second in the group, which they were definitely not expecting. And now they have to play Fiji instead of having to play Lebanon. So the road really gets a lot harder. Now, I know that if you're a Big Ten, you want to play the best, because to be the best, you've got to beat the best. Because New Zealand lost to Tonga, that means that the final is not going to be Australia versus New Zealand, because New Zealand will have to go through Australia to get to the final. Can they do it? I don't think they can. I wouldn't put it past them. They are New Zealand, but I don't think they can. You know, they did score 6, you know, they scored 6 points every game. You know, at least they scored something. Like, it seems like a pretty common problem with all the big teams. They just seem very underwhelming in the group stage. I think it's because they were just kind of, they knew they were going to make it to the finals, so they were just kind of warming up, having a bit of a training practice run. There's a new word for you. They're having a bit of a practice run throughout the group stage. But out of the 3 big teams, this being obviously Australia, New Zealand, and England was the most underwhelming of them all. They got beaten by Australia. Like, they did get off to a great start, and they kind of got pushed aside 24. Then they came out against Lebanon, and, you know, Lebanon really pushed them. Lebanon really pushed England. Then they got to the 3rd game, and yes, they beat France, but it just wasn't fantastic. I think that Jermaine McGilvery has been really, really good for men. Like, honestly, he's been their player of the tournament so far. Gareth Widdop as well. Wayne Bennett put Gareth Widdop at fullback. Interesting move, but I definitely think it has paid off. I just think that Australia needs to take it to another level. New Zealand needs to take it to another level. And then England are going to take it to a bloody at the top level. Because if England stay at the level that they're at now, Australia are there, and they're still going to take it up another level. Another team that should be feeling absolutely ripped off is Samoa playing the finals, and they aren't. Italy still won a single game, while Samoa didn't win a game, and Italy aren't going to the quarterfinals. I don't believe that Italy deserved to be in the quarterfinals. I don't think they were good enough. But the fact of the matter is that they still won more games than someone who was in the finals, which just doesn't seriously just doesn't make any sense. I don't think Italy were as good as I thought they were going to be. Like, as I said in the previous video, I really like James Tedesco, and I thought that their forwards are pretty decent. But the thing is that they were drawn into Group Fiji, and Fiji were always going to go through. So, they had a pretty decent team that was really looking positive for them, but they just didn't put the names on the paper onto the field. Oh, won't you give the boat a magic maid? The boat a magic maid. The boat a magic maid. PNG were always going to be fantastic in this tournament. We all knew that they were going to have their home games. They're going to be really good in front of their home crowd. But going into the finals, are they going to do as well, being away from Port Moresby? That's the main question. They thrashed all the teams when they were well. They didn't thrash Ireland. They thrashed the other 2 teams that they played there. That was only Wales and that was only USA, so not too much to say about that. No, they haven't really come up against a big time team yet. So PNG fans are really looking forward to these finals, and you know, I'm happy for them. I'm really happy for them, and I think they deserve to be in this finals. The thing that I want to say about PNG though is that I've never seen players run as hard as they do. They do not care about injuries. They do not care about anything that happens besides just making meters. Every single one of their players gives their heart and soul for the team. Best of luck to them, and I'm just excited to see them come up against a real big team and to see if they can push those big teams. So besides PNG, I reckon the team that everyone else has gotten behind is also Tonga, and for bloody good reason too. They've been absolutely phenomenal in this tournament. They beat New Zealand in a cracker in New Zealand as well. They beat them on their own home turf. Everyone on the Tonga team has just been playing absolutely massive. Forwards, incredible. Backline, incredible. Conrad Harrell has had really stellar tournament. Only had 1 average game, but besides that, I think it's had a really stellar tournament. And then obviously the halves. Everyone kind of did didn't know what was going to happen because they weren't the star names of Fafita, they weren't star names of Kamalolo. No one really thought too much of Lolohea. But after the group stage, they've really been following those halves, have really been taken to a new level. And I actually believe that they are the biggest threat to Australia in this tournament. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up so I know that you're enjoying this content. Also, if you're a big sport fan and you haven't hit the subscribe yet, firstly, what the bloody hell are you doing? Like, what are you seriously doing? Have a look at this. Look in the mirror right now. You need to hit that subscribe button right now. Join the BK Army because we have so much bloody fun here. We have got some insane videos coming up. Also, tell you what, tomorrow's going to be an absolute big video on BK Sport because Australia vs Honduras World Cup qualifier is the final game. It's going to be an absolutely insane vlog and I'm really excited for it. But don't forget to go and hit that little ring-a-ding-ding-ding bell so that you get notification when that video goes up tomorrow because that's just going to be absolutely mental. Timmy Cahill, please, the whole of Australia, we trust in you, my friend. We trust in you, Timmy Cahill. Bring it home for us. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.